Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat. It's Let It Rip Friday.
Hi, I'm Linda Mitchell, 54-year-old elite obstacle racer, award-winning fitness competitor, gym owner, and author. Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat podcast, where we will approach the difficult topics of life, interview inspiring guests, and bring empowerment to all. This community is a place where we can be who we are instead of who others want us to be. Let's get started.
And now, a word from our sponsors, Essential Formulas.
Now more than ever, it is important to have a healthy immune system. Many health professionals agree that probiotics are a leading natural therapy for boosting immune health. Why? Because 70% of your body's immune cells reside in the GI tract. By taking a superior probiotic daily, like Dr. Ohhira's probiotics, with their postbiotic metabolites, you can enhance your overall immune system and immune response. For additional immune support, get RegActive's Immune Formula to boost your glutathione levels, since our glutathione levels go down if we feel stressed. Maintaining glutathione levels is a key factor for natural defense. For a short-term immune boost, try Dr. Ohhira's Propolis Plus, which provides probiotic and immune support and includes Brazilian green propolis for superior antioxidant support and vitamin E, astaxanthin, and flax oil. Be proactive about your immune health. Ask your retailer today about Dr. Ohhira's probiotics, RegActive Immune Formula, and Dr. Ohhira's Propolis Plus today.
I take very good care of myself so that I can have life in my years, because I always believe that quality trumps quantity. Of course, I want to live many years, but I want to be able to do the things I want to do and be vibrant and have glowing health. So that's why I think it's just really very important as a part of any anti-aging routine to use quality ingredients, because I really believe, since our body changes every 7 years, that we need to invest in ourselves and invest in our health and be an active partner in putting quality ingredients in our body. And one of the things I love is Organifi. Organifi is a line of superfood blends that offers plant-based nutrition made with high-quality ingredients. Each Organifi blend is science-backed to craft the most effective doses with ingredients that are organic and free of fillers, and they contain less than 3 grams of sugar per serving, so we can get the sugar out. Like Organifi green juice with essential superfoods and a clinical dose of ashwagandha. Love that, because it gives me energy and it helps to reduce stress, and it supports healthy cortisol levels, which is so important in this world we live in with all the high stress that we have been experiencing since, well, let's just say the pandemic. And Organifi Gold, which is a superfood tea that helps to support our rest and our relaxation, so we can wake up feeling refreshed instead of wired and tired and never feeling like you're getting enough rest. It's so great to just have something that supports the rest and the relaxation that we need. Each Organifi blend is easy to use by simply just mixing it with water or your favorite beverage while you're on the go. And they do not compromise quality for taste. It does not taste like yoga mat. Let's just say it's delicious. So it makes it so easy to take care of yourself. Organifi takes pride in offering the best tasting superfood products on the market at a price that works out to less than $3 a day. You can experience Organifi's high quality superfoods without breaking the bank. Go to www.organifi.com/sweat and use code SWEAT for 20% off your order. That's Organifi, ORGANIFI.com/sweat, and use code SWEAT for 20% off any item.
And I'm going to start us off with a quote by Tom Robbins. We're our own dragons as well as our own heroes, and we have to rescue ourselves from ourselves. And then a quote from Greg Boyle to kind of bounce off of that and expand it. My job isn't to fix or rescue or to save. It's to accompany, see people, and listen to them. And then I'll have a final one to come at the end to sum up all these ideas I had. So we're going to talk about rescuing others, fixing people. It's such a huge temptation in our lives to want to have a solution, be the fixer. Women are nurturers. We want to rush into help, or you might see a mate or a relationship or a friendship. You're in a position of strength. Maybe they're in a position of need, and you want to fix things. You want to run in and be the rescuer. And that is not always a good idea, because it's not as empowering as standing side by side with a person and being in community with them, where it's more of, I've got your back, you've got mine, give and take. When we go in and we try to fix and rescue, sometimes it ends up blowing up in our face. It's not our job to fix the emotions, the problems of everyone else around us. Sacrificing our needs at the expense of ourselves is not always a good idea. Are you a fixer? Are you in a relationship where you constantly feel taken advantage of? Are you constantly sacrificing your needs for or at the expense of yourself for someone else? And a lot of reasons not to do this. What are you leaving over for you? How are you pouring into yourself? Many times it's a distraction, because then we don't have to work on ourselves, or when we help somebody else, we feel stronger, like we're the person for them to go to, the solution maker. It's empowering. It makes us feel powerful, but it doesn't really empower your person that you're fixing or rescuing. It actually enables them to stay in their dysfunction. And I could see that in so many ways when we're raising children. If perhaps we get a divorce and we feel like we have to make up for the absence of another parent, or the absence of them putting any time, work, or responsibility into the child. So we're trying to make up for it. And we enable by giving too much, by bailing them out of every situation. And we're not letting them feel the pain of their decisions. And that would be a way that parents may bail out their children, rescue them, but you're enabling them to stay in their dysfunction. And the more you recognize that as a parent, the better off, like, let your child make a few mistakes, because they're going to learn from those mistakes. But if you keep bailing them out, they're never going to have consequences for their decisions. And they don't feel empowered either. And that's the same with anything. When you are constantly bailing someone out, rescuing them, and trying to fix them. And just because we have experience, like we have wisdom, it doesn't mean you can give experience or the wisdom you have gained unless somebody is really willing to take a hold of what you're laying down and listen to perhaps solutions that you are trying to bring them to. And if you're a people pleaser or you're empathic, an empath always feels the feelings of everyone in the room. A lot of times, this is a coping mechanism that started early on in your life. If you listen to my last Let It Rip last Friday, you maybe have been around somebody that was unstable in your childhood, that maybe they suffered from depression, or they had possibly narcissistic tendencies, which I was talking about, they could have just been all over the place. And as a child, you learned maybe they had anger management issues. There's so many things that they could be overly dramatic, overly emotional. And you kept looking at that situation, just trying to survive. So you became really attuned to the moods of people. So to this day, you're so attuned to people's feelings. It's actually a self-protection mechanism where you're attuned to the feelings of everyone around, and you want everything to be peaceful, perfect, and always happy. And you try to manage that. And that's part of your wanting to fix when emotions aren't optimal. So looking at those type of things and bringing awareness around, why do I want to fix this? Why does someone else's emotions weigh so heavily on me that I carry them home with me and I worry to the point of perhaps you haven't done anything wrong, but this person is being standoffish with you and they're not talking to you and they're not letting you in. And you don't know what you possibly did wrong, and you're worried about how you can fix whatever. Well, the thing is, in the first place, did you do anything wrong? No, probably not. And you're just then worrying about the emotions of someone else. And really, to be honest, if God wanted us to worry about every single person's emotions out there, he wouldn't have given each person their own emotions to take care of. Us taking care of everybody's problems and emotions leaves us drained. It leaves us feeling empty. It leaves us lacking energy for, wait for it, our own dreams, our own purpose, our own mission, our own lives, our own problems. You see where I'm going with that. We'll be right back to the Sisterhood of Sweat after this quick break. Hey guys, this baby boomer is about to have a birthday, and I like to celebrate my health by taking better care of it every year and incorporating quality ingredients into my health regimen. And I'm all about the quality of my life. Your body is an amazing organic machine. It turns food into energy, heals wounds, supports your consciousness, and so much more. But it needs the right fuel and signals to function at its best. Some of those signals include adaptogens. These are compounds that balance hormones and help you deal with stress in a healthier way. If you're feeling tired, these compounds give you a boost of energy. If you're stressed, they help you return to a natural state of calm. They literally help you adapt to the stress of life. My favorite source of adaptogens is Organifi. They create these delicious superfood blends that mix easily with water. They make it easy for me to get more adaptogens in my day, like ashwagandha, reishi mushroom, Rhodiola, and more. And if you're looking for an easy way to support your amazing body and celebrate your health by anti-aging, I highly recommend trying Organifi. Go to www.organifi.com/sweat and use the code SWEAT for 20% off any order. Organifi, Organifi.com/sweat. We're back with the Sisterhood of Sweat. And again, I like to think of this poem by Adam Roa, where he was pouring into everybody around him, and he felt drained. He didn't have the energy that he needed for his goals. And one day his friend just said to him, "Hey, what about yourself? Are you giving yourself what you need, what you deserve? Are you filling your own cup up?" And that is a question that we all really need to ponder and really think about, is what are you giving to you? If you're a giver, what are you giving to you? And when I was talking earlier about the giving, the fixing. I could tell a situation where I was at an airport and one of my friends wanted me to give somebody else a ride. And I, of course, want to help. And so I say yes. And I was early and it was for a competition, and you want to be early so you can go get rested, get your food together, get a hold on your environment, go look at the stage, drink your water, get to bed on time in case you're competing early, all the things. So here I am, I'm early, I'm ahead of schedule, I'm dieted down, and I'm waiting on this friend. And it goes 30 to 45 minutes later. So my ahead of schedule goes behind schedule. And not only do they come, but they have people with them. And pretty soon, my little inexpensive rental car becomes, well, you guessed it, a freaking minivan. So I'm paying extra for the van. Nobody ever offered to help out with that extra expense because I'm being what? I'm not setting any boundaries. First of all, when it got past a certain amount of time, I should have thought about protecting my time, my energy. And I didn't, right? So that was the first boundary that I let go by. And then the second was, I should have said, ooh, I really can't take you guys with me because I didn't rent a car that big. But if you guys want me to rent a bigger car, I'm going to need XYZ from everybody to pay for it, or to pay for, because I'm getting a bigger car so I can carry everyone's luggage. Then we get there and I'm being thoughtful. I'm like, okay, you guys can all, I'll drop you off and you can take your luggage. Because there was no parking at the hotel. And I was going to have to go find a parking place. So I was like, okay, you guys can all take your luggage and I will go find a parking place. And they took my luggage as well. So here I am looking for parking. It's dark. It's late at night I'm not going to say where, in a city. And I finally find parking. It took me a good long time. I walk back to the hotel and here I am. It's almost midnight before what? I find my luggage, because the people did not even think. They just, I don't know, they gave my luggage to somebody and didn't even call me to let me know, hey, girl, we checked your luggage in at the desk with so-and-so. So I have not got their information. I have no idea where my luggage is. And so do you see how that happened? Because I didn't set proper boundaries, and it just was cascading from there. So what do you think that affected my competition? It affected my stress level. It affected when I got to go to bed and all of the hard work that I've been prepping for on the competition. So looking back, right? Hindsight is always better when you go back looking at, connecting the dots. But what we can do is learn from those experiences. And I could just tell you time after time of experiences where I was always going that extra mile to my own detriment. Now, I believe in going the extra mile, but I think we got to use wisdom when we are going the extra mile. We need to have proper boundaries. And I'm not saying be like the Gestapo with it, or, be like a Nazi with your boundaries. You got to have some flexibility with your boundaries, but it's the same principle of putting on that oxygen mask. You need to put on your oxygen mask first if the plane's going down, or you can't help anybody else. And when you go in, when I took lifeguard training and you go to dive in a pool and you're going swimming, if you're going to save somebody, well, you don't want to drown in the process. So you have to think, can I actually save this person? Do I have the equipment? Do I have the skills? And am I going to drown with the freaking ship? And you could be in a relationship where you are the person that is rescuing them constantly, bailing them out. Maybe you even got with them because you felt sorry for them. And that is not a good reason to get in a relationship. Fixing somebody or always being in the power position is not a good relationship. You want to be in the side-by-side relationship, the equality relationship, the partnership where it's give and take. And how do we know if we're just giving and someone is a taker, they're just going to keep taking? So what do you do when you don't want to keep having someone take? You stop giving to takers. It should be a mutual two-way street where you're both walking out happy and winners. So that was my 2 cents. I like to tell these stories, but sometimes they get personal and vulnerable. So when we were talking about children, I just, again, could say that I could see in my own life where at times I felt like I had to make up for the lack of my children's father participating in their raising. And once I stopped doing that, they grew up, they became adults in their own right, where they are self-sufficient adults of who I'm proud. And if you are a recovering people pleaser, a rescuer, a fixer, I don't know, you love too much, you give too much, just remember to put yourself on the list, Put yourself on the list of giving. Give to yourself. Give yourself the things that you need, that you never received. Give yourself grace. Give yourself time. And give yourself the energy by realizing that it is not your job to save everyone, rescue everyone, or fix everyone. And I am going to leave everybody with a quote. There is really only one true way to progress. Fix yourself. And that is my Let It Rip Friday. Don't worry about fixing other people. They have to do that for themselves. It isn't your job. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
And I hope that all of our listeners have enjoyed this podcast. And if you guys have really enjoyed this, please review us in iTunes and also share this episode with your friends and your loved ones. Thanks again for listening to the Sisterhood of Sweat.